Hello and welcome to the Discover channel. Today we're going old school. 2 years ago I released this $15,000 gaming PC build entitled the Ultimate $50,000 Gaming PC for 2015. And since I'm on the brink of releasing a bunch of Zen and Kaby Lake based builds, I thought I'd go ahead and knock this kind of gaming PC out of the way since you guys desperately want a PC build and I really want to make an overkill gaming PC build because it's been a pretty long time. So here is the ultimate $10,000 gaming PC for 2017. And yes, this is the fastest possible gaming PC you could build right now as of the moment of this video being published for 2017. And even for having the fastest graphics and processing performance for gaming, it even excels in other areas like game loading times with having a very efficient and fast storage solution. So all around, it's kind of like the best gaming PC possible for 2017, which is pretty cool. But before we get into the video, one of the channel goals I set for 2017 was to give more giveaways out to you loyal subscribers who show your continued support to the channel. And I thought rather than making a separate giveaway video, I thought I'd just make it easy and include it in my own like mainstream videos like my PC builds and top 5s for you subscribers who really do click and watch my videos. So for the first giveaway ever on the Scout channel, and I'm gonna see how things go, so I'll just see how this giveaway turns out and kind of learn from it. But I'll be giving away this Habit 380L gaming keyboard that I just reviewed. I think it's a really nice keyboard. I really do like it. I think it's one of the best built gaming keyboards under $50, and I think this would go great in any gaming setup. So simply to enter, be sure to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and also click the bell notification button. And those are the 3 things that you'll simply need to do, and that's all. Even though you will get extra bounty points from Scatterbolt if you do comment in some way on the video. But anyways though, you gotta show proof of those 3 things whenever you do win the contest, and I'll be announcing the winners probably at the end of this month. So anyways, that's how I'm gonna do this giveaway, and may the best man win. But anyways, let's get into this ultimate $10,000 gaming PC build for 2017. Oh, and by the way, we're keeping this PC build old school, so I'll be talking about each individual part. And for you guys who may think that I just went down the list and I chose the most expensive parts for, this gaming PC, I really didn't do that. I did put thought into this overkill gaming PC because the end goal of this PC was to create the ultimate gaming PC for $10,000. So I do give my explanations and reasoning why I chose each part. But anyways though, hope you guys enjoyed the build. So starting up the build for the processor, we're going with the Intel Core i7-6950X Extreme Edition processor. Now, if we want the ultimate gaming PC, we're gonna have to go with one of the most overkill gaming processors out there, which is this 10-core 3.0 GHz to 3.5 GHz, which by the way, we can overclock to, I want to say, about 4.3 to 4.5 GHz, and we're gonna definitely need this processor for this ultimate gaming PC. Now, yes, I did just say that this is supposed to be the fastest gaming PC out there, but believe it or not, the 6950X is not the fastest gaming processor. That title goes to an overclocked 6700K. But now you may be asking, why didn't we go with the 6700K? Well, it can only support 2-way SLI with its PCI lane support or somewhere around there, and that's about it. So if we want the most overkill system out there, we're gonna need support for 3-way or 4-way SLI if that's an option in the future with this build. And that's exactly what the 6950X does. It can support the 3-way or 4-way SLI along with like an M.2 card with no problems. And either way, if we're gonna have the ultimate gaming PC, we're gonna need like the ultimate overkill, overclockable CPU, and that's what the 6950X is, so we're definitely including it in this build. Now to cool this bad boy, we're going with the Thermaltake Water 3.0 360mm all-in-one CPU cooler. Now, the main reason why we chose this CPU cooler above all the others is simply for its RGB lighting, which you will see is going to be a theme later on in this gaming PC. But for the most part, this isn't exactly the best cooling CPU cooler out there, but it's definitely one of the better ones, one of the more high quality ones, and it's going to go in with the theme of this PC build, which you will see later on, which is going to be pretty much RGB lighting for days. So that's why we chose the CPU cooler for this ultimate gaming PC build. Now for the motherboard, we definitely got to go with an Asus Rampage 5 10th Anniversary Edition motherboard. Now, I usually like to go with Rampage motherboards because they're usually associated with overkill builds because they usually sport some of the best performance and computational benchmarks and gaming benchmarks, and all around they're just ridiculously solid motherboards that look great. But since it's the 10th anniversary edition of this motherboard, and there's a pretty big reason why I got it, is that, surprise surprise, it has built onboard RGB lighting, which we definitely gotta have for the ultimate gaming PC build. So anyways, that's the main reason why I chose this ROG motherboard, and of course, it is an ROG motherboard and usually does support some pretty awesome performance, not even just in gaming, but also in overclocking. So we definitely gotta go with this motherboard if we wanna have the ultimate gaming PC for 2017. Now for the RAM, and I think the best looking part in this PC build, is the G.Skill Trident Z Series 128GB DDR4 RAM kit. Now, yes, you heard me right, there's going to be 128GB of RAM in this ultimate gaming PC. And I understand gaming is not going to use up pretty much 120GB at most, it's going to take like 16, but if we want the ultimate gaming PC, we're going to need every single one of those RAM slots filled up to the max capacity of the motherboard, which is 128GB. So we definitely got to go with that for the ultimate gaming PC build. And specifically with the Trident Z series, it was the first ever gaming series of RAM to ever reach above 4000 megahertz in terms of overclocking, because the Samsung IC that's on these RAM sticks are pretty good for overclocking, so we definitely gotta go with that if we want to push this system to the limit. And lastly, as of right now at CES 2017, I'm pretty sure they're releasing this RAM in its official RGB lighting set. So once that does come out, I'll be sure to definitely add that into this PC so we can have that RGB fusion that this entire PC is going to have all around. So for the RAM, we're definitely going with the Trident Z series. Now for the storage, and it's split up to two sections, all for the sake of this gaming PC. For the first section, we're going to have a Samsung 960 Pro 1TB M.2 drive. Now you may be asking, why in the world is there a 1TB M.2 drive in this gaming PC? Well, I think for one, we need 1 TB, you know, but the main reason why I have just this 1TB M.2 drive is that we're going to be storing Windows, a lot of your primary programs you're going to be using all the time, like Google Chrome, Adobe, or you know, anything like that, Spotify, anything like that. And we're going to want to store it on the M.2 drive because the M.2 drive has some very serious performance when it comes to loading up Windows, when it comes to loading up applications, and just doing a bunch of work, and it'll be great for our primary storage drive. So we're definitely going with this M.2 drive to hold all of our primary programs. Now, as for the second part of the storage solution, we're going to have 4 Samsung 850 Pro 1TB hard drives. Now, you may be asking, why are we going with 4 in specific? Now, the reason why is that I want to put all these 4 SSDs into RAID 10. And if you don't know what RAID is, I highly recommend you guys look up this video by Linus Tech Tips that shows what RAID is. And for people who do know what RAID is, the reason why I'm choosing RAID 10 over RAID 0 or RAID 1 is that it basically combines the benefits of RAID 1, which is very secure, non-failure like performance, with the speed of RAID 0, combining it into one. So we can have a very fast and secure storage solution that's going to be dedicated solely to all of your games. So I personally feel that this 2 TB of SSD storage, and yes, it's 2, it's not 4, look at what RAID 10 is, and you'll pretty much have a really good time just loading up your games super quickly, switching to the next level in an instant snap. And I think this will just be a very good storage solution just to have all your games in it with this 2 TB of storage, which I think should be enough for 2017. But anyways, that's the storage solution we have for this ultimate gaming PC. Now for the most important part of this ultimate gaming PC build is our 2 NVIDIA Pascal Titan X cards. Now unfortunately, I couldn't go with 3-way or 4-way SLI with these Titan X Pascal cards because you need a developer key to do that, since most high-end Pascal cards are limited to 2-way SLI. And even if you do access that developer's key, you can only access NVIDIA supported programs that would take use of those 3 to 4 cards, and surprise surprise, none of those NVIDIA programs are games. So pretty much we're stuck with 2-way Pascal Titan X SLI. But that's not a bad thing, because I think it's the most efficient and best solution for the ultimate gaming PC build. Now that still sports some crazy insane performance for just having 2 Titan X Pascal cards, but yes, I understand that 4 Titan X's from the previous generation would be a faster graphics solution. But that's not necessarily a good thing, because if you guys know a thing about micro stuttering is very prevalent when it comes to having 3-way or 4-way SLI or crossfire, and that's exactly what you're going to get if you had 4 Titan X's from the previous generation. So if you just had 2 Titan X Pascal cards, still getting near the same performance while having no micro stuttering, which I think would be the best solution possible for a graphics card setup for the ultimate gaming PC. And not to mention, you can overclock these Titan X Pascal cards to whatever you desire. Now for the case, and my favorite part of this ultimate gaming PC build of 2017 is the InWin H Tower for $2,400. Now I know what you're thinking, Scatterbolt, why in the world did you go with a super expensive case in this build just to reach the $10,000 price point? I don't get it. That seems like a really childish thing to do. And I understand, because I see what you're coming from, but the main reason why I chose this case is because if you think about it, if we're gonna have the ultimate gaming PC build of 2017, don't we need the ultimate gaming PC case out there, which is the InWin H Tower? Because yet again, we need a case that screams power, authority, and status above all of our gaming PCs, and that's exactly what the InWin H Tower does. And on top of that, it still has a lot of the great gaming features that you want out of a really high-end gaming PC case, like RGB lighting, and aluminum tempered glass construction, and all of the front IR ports you would ever need in your life, including a USB Type-C port. So for the most part, if we want the ultimate gaming PC build, we're gonna need the ultimate looking gaming PC case, which is the InWin H Tower. Now to finish off this ultimate gaming PC build for $10,000, we gotta go with a cool looking power supply, which is the Thermaltake Tough Power 80 Plus Titanium power supply. Now this supports 1000 watts, which should be enough for this PC at max load, including the graphics cards and processors being overclocked at their max state. But the main reason why I chose this is not only for its 80 plus titanium efficiency rating, which is what you need inside a really expensive gaming PC like this, but like with all the other parts of this build, you're gonna want something that has RGB lighting, and this is one of the few power supplies out there that sports RGB lighting. So that's really cool, and that's a great way to finish off this $10,000 ultimate gaming PC build with an RGB lit power supply. Anyways though, thank you guys so much for sticking out through the entirety of this video. I heavily appreciate it for you guys who made it this far in this ultimate $10,000 gaming PC build. But likewise, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that. And this is the Scatterbolt channel signing out.